Hello, CARS 41 students. This is Steve Cramer. Good to see you again. Many of you know me, and I know many of you. Today is the snow day. It's Tuesday, and I'm sorry I couldn't see you today physically in class. Dr. Kopova and I decided to make a short video instead as an introduction to Euromonitor as one of the most important research tools for this class, and I'll get into that in a minute. Briefly, as you know, you're researching Lee as a global brand, and this is a wonderful tool for you to analyze and think about strategy for different countries, China, USA, Europe, regarding Lee and their competitors too, and how they're involved in those different countries. It's not just about Lee. So I'm going to show you examples of researching this product and also a little bit about how you can use it to make decisions and make recommendations. So let me start sharing screen. I'm going to start off in Canvas and get into your class. And there's now a module section that I created regarding so far Euromonitor, but also my main research guide for this class, which I'm going to open up, has links we're going to use. I'm going to open this in a separate window so it looks better. All right, and just a reminder, as hopefully many of you know already, I'm a public service librarian. I'm a consultant. I'm here to support your work. Please let me know what I can do to support you. Email me, chat with me, schedule a Zoom session with me. The scheduling tool automatically adds you to my calendar once you find an open date or in time on it. And you get a Zoom link in response. If you want to meet in person, let me know. You can do that as well. I created a Euromonitor page with a link to the database, some example reports, which I'll come back to in a moment. And then the video I'm making will be here underneath that in a second, or in a few minutes once I finish recording this. So let's open up Euromonitor. Euromonitor is a London-based market research company. They are the most famous global market research company for national consumer markets. They're based in London, but they have a Chicago office. They have people all over the world. You'll see that as we look at different countries they cover. It is an important source, and it's a vital source for the industry of retailing and fashion. And just for example of the value of this product, library pays $44,000 for this. It's the most expensive library business database that we pay for. And every year I have to justify why are we spending this much money on this. The main customers of Passport actually are companies and consultants, not libraries, not academic clients. And for those companies that pay for Euromonitor, they typically buy reports one-off. And for example, here's a website where you can buy reports from Euromonitor and just give you a sense of importance and maybe value. This one 25-page report, which I'm going to show you how to find in a minute for free through our subscription, would cost almost $1,000 to a company downloading a single user report. So my point here is that these are expensive reports. They have data that you can't find for free. It costs money to find this and publish this data. And Euromonitor is a for-profit company, so they sell it. And we are lucky to have a library subscription, which gives you free access both on and off campus for it. So anyway, Euromonitor, really good source, international market research, both trends and data. And for example, if you're looking for a jeans analysis, I'm going to type search analysis and type in, as promised, jeans in Germany. It helps for searching like this search box to know what you're looking for and specifically know what the report options are. And that's why back in my research guide, I list 6 different examples. They have these topics for every country. So jeans in China, jeans in Germany, jeans in Spain. And you can see other examples too that I will come back to, at least some of, before we finish up this video. Here's your report. Notice 5 tabs. Opening page analysis is, as you can see, a combination of data graphics, infographics, but also some commentary. And here's where you can start thinking about how this might apply to Lee working on its global branding and its global strategy. And you might be able to use, you will use some of these ideas and trends and intelligence to make your own recommendations about strategic planning. So this is kind of your process. And for example, apparently super premium jeans are not doing that well in Germany compared to premium standard and economy jeans. And there's analysis as to why, and how some companies such as H&M are responding to this change in terms of consumer spending habits for jeans in Germany. That's one quick example of something that you could then pretty easily probably turn into one strategy. Don't sell super premium jeans in Germany right now. And you can find other examples here. Environmentalism is big in Germany and drives consumer choices and consumer spending. So how is Lee positioned as a sustainable company, as a green company. Are they not? Well, here's your evidence that they should pursue some aspect of this strategy. And you can kind of make that a firm recommendation, maybe if you want to, for your report. Notice also here on the right side, we've got company shares. I don't know what CNA is, that's new to me, but H&M, number 2 company, but also brand shares, for which H&M actually is number 1, among others, including Levi's and Hilfiger, for example. So that's an example of the data, which is expanded in the data graphics section. As you can see coming up, also historical trends on spending and volume and sales. This database also is really good for retail channels and supply chain issues. So what types of retailing are the primary places where Germans buy jeans? Is it supermarkets or just, they call it hypermarkets, the really big stores? Is it specialized clothing stores? Is it e-commerce, etc.? This context is there. And by context here, I should have not used that word just now. This is the socioeconomic aspect. So regional data, global data, income trends, population growth trends, that kind of socioeconomic data. Download simply gives you a PDF download option, but also don't overlook related. Even if jeans is your primary interest right now, look at apparel and footwear. That's a broader, longer article about that industry in that country, among other possibilities. So if you know what you're looking for, you can do a search and type in the name of that report as I listed on my research guide, and then the name of a country, and all of your countries are covered. And that's one way to find these reports pretty efficiently. However, you may not know which report you want, right? Because this is maybe a new product to you. You haven't used this before. That's normal, that's fine. I'm going to show you a browsing method too, to see what's out there by either industry and or country. Before I do that though, just here's the consumer lifestyles report. You can download this too. In this case, they've got a different interface. You can download it using the PDF link there. If you're, okay, but talking about browsing now, just to kind of sum up this video and your options for finding reports. We can click on industry. I'm waiting for the homepage to come up. Here, I've got it over here. I'm going to go to industries, find the luxury and fashion subtopic, and then the apparel and footwear subtopic. And notice on the left side, explore analysis. Once my data map shows up here, I can open this up and I could do the broad category of apparel, or maybe I just want shoes, or maybe I just want jeans. Let me just do apparel. Then choose your place. China's on top, I'll pick China, but USA is covered, all the European countries are covered. And then you either, oops, actually, this is not what I wanted to do, sorry. Briefing would be a short update, opinion would be obviously be an essay, opinionated essay. I'm gonna switch to, actually, I should have probably done this first time, jeans, because I wanna point out to you that what we need to find in this case is the country report. Jeans in China is a country report. That's the plan B for finding reports when you don't actually know what they're called. But if it says country report, it's a country-wide study, such as the jeans in China one. Okay, and then, but for the broader topics of consumer lifestyles, consumer trends, click on consumers, lifestyles I recommend. And once again, use the left side navigation option. One choice for this case, because I already chose just four main topics, but I already chose lifestyles, so that's easy. China's on top again, actually not, a little ways down, okay. And this time again, country reports. You might want to check out the other formats too, but I want to point out there's 4 different types of these reports for each country, which I have listed already over here in my research guide, but here you can see them. For example, there is the consumer lifestyles, that's kind of the big umbrella report. Mega trends is more of a demographic and long-term trend forecasting. Consumer values and behaviors, very self-explanatory, and then consumer segmentation or types too. So they have these 4 topics for all major countries, including USA and all the European countries. In addition to looking at focusing on jeans and denim and apparel, don't forget the big picture. So for example, what are the trends in China regarding consumer use of social media and digital media in general? Or how are households and lifestyles changing? For example, I read that China is having a population bust. Its birth rate is really low now. Never been this low, at least not this century. not last century either. So how is it going to be impacting the nature of clothing when parents, or sorry, I shouldn't say parents, when young adults are no longer spending money on their kids because they don't have kids. So that's an example of the broader scope that these consumer types and other types of reports can cover. And it may also give you suggestions for strategy too. All right, that's it. Just a reminder, please let me know what I can do to support your work, and just note that you've got this research guide. And going back to where we started in Canvas under modules, there's a link to this research guide. Also a direct link to Euromonitor if you don't want to you want to skip a stage, and then there's examples of reports if you want reminders of exactly what is useful among other possibilities I didn't even show you today. So there you go. Thank you. Good luck. I'll see you in a few weeks regarding a different topic, but for now, I hope this gets you started with your global strategy work.